Hello coloring friends, today is Sunday and it's time for our weekly challenge Find and Color. For last week we've got prompt lotuses, and who have watched my last week's video, they know that I found so many beautiful illustrations for this prompt, so many beautiful pictures, and all of them I felt like coloring, but of course I couldn't do this and it was hard for me to decide which illustration to color at the end, but I had no other choice. I had to choose and I was so inspired by this theme that I managed to color 3 illustrations. Sorry. All 3 are from different coloring books. All 3 are in different style, and the lotuses in all the 3 illustrations are different. And let me show the first picture. I decided to color in Moon Blossoms After All by Katrina Palon because I really love this book and I would love to finish it one day, and so I decided, yeah, I will color an illustration from this book. The illustration that I chose was not the easy one. This Thai girl in lotuses and with the floating lanterns. I had to think ahead about choosing colors. Usually I don't do this. I start coloring one object, one thing that I think I will do in that color, and all the rest I decide in the process, so to say. But here I had to think ahead because it's very easy to ruin the illustration by choosing wrong colors when there are so many details on the page, so many things. Like you can see, there's a lot of lanterns and there are some patterns on the lanterns, and there's a lot of lotuses and the girl. And at first I thought maybe I should do these patterns in color, but then I decided no, these floating lanterns, they should be made of paper, very light, and I thought just black outline patterns would be better here. And the last I colored the girl. I decided to choose her dress in green too, but in a little bit different shade of green. I really enjoyed coloring this picture, and though the illustration itself was not that simple, I colored it very quickly. So the next picture that I decided to color was this one. This one from Coloring Heaven, Mermaid Special by Anastasia Koldereva. It was one of my untouched books, so I decided I shall start one. And as you can see, it's different style illustration, and the lotuses I did in different color here, more whitish with a little bit of violet. The picture I call Dating Mermaid. She's waiting for her date. I enjoyed coloring her kind of dress and tail. I added a lot of white gel pen dots to create this effect of sparkling, You can see them on her dress and on her tail, and here on the sky. Here at the mermaid, and the background is done with Derwent Light Fast, and the lotuses with polychromos. I'm happy with the result. And the third illustration was the simplest of the three, but I did enjoy coloring this one too. It's by Katya Suresh. It's like doodle style and more relaxing type of illustration, but not just meaningless patterns or something. There is some story maybe on this illustration, and as you can see, I used so many colors on this picture. I was enjoying it. I like bright combinations and a lot of colors, and when you color something connected with India, you can go with that, because India, it's a lot of colors. And so that's what I did here. You can see blue here, orange and turquoise, yellow and plum and pink and red. Oh man, I did enjoy it, and I'm happy with the result. It was really fun. So these were my works for this prompt. I really love this prompt, Lotus. It goes into my list of favorites along with beard prompt. And now let's see what other colorists sent me for this week's challenge, those who decided to join Lotus's prompt. As always, it was fun, it was interesting to receive your works, beautiful, wonderful illustrations, a big variety. I really enjoyed it. And now let's watch together. This was our slideshow of last week's Lotus's prompt. Thank you everyone who submitted their works. And now it's time to choose another prompt for the upcoming week. For this, as usually, I'm taking my magical box. Always curious what we'll get this time. Let's find out. So for the next week's coloring, we've got pyramid prompt. I mean Egyptian pyramids. It's not that you can see them in every coloring book, but Egyptian theme is rather popular in coloring books, and where there is Egypt, there are usually pyramids somewhere in the background. Straight away I can recall Corbusiers illustration and Hidden Paradise. There's pyramids there. Escape to Shakespeare's World. So I think I can find quite a choice of pyramids. And now I'm off for searching, and I'll be back soon. So I'm back, and I'm a little bit surprised to find less illustrations with pyramids than I had expected. Turns out that there are Egyptian themed illustrations, but not on all of them you can see pyramids. So the choice is quite less than for lotuses prompt, but nevertheless there is something to choose from, and more than enough for coloring during the week. And there are illustrations that I have wanted to color for a long time, but you know, always no time. I keep delaying that, so maybe this time I will manage to color one of these pictures. And the first one is from Mythomorphia Corbusiers, the famous Anubis page. Many people have colored this page long ago, but not me. Still uncolored. You can see pyramids here. Yet another Anubis, but this time from Fantasia by Nicholas Chandra-Vinata. Another version of Anubis, this type. Escape to Shakespeare's World by Good Wives and Warriors. There is this small double spread, rather simple, but there is a lot of sky, empty blank space, and but other than that it's not much to color here. Rather simple picture. Circle of Life. I was glad to find an illustration in this book. You can see rather simple picture, but very lovely, with pyramids and no Anubises this time, but camels. So maybe I should start coloring in this book at last. Hidden Paradise, Chris Lopez. There is this illustration. I remember I liked it very much before, but now a little bit less because I don't really like these pyramids, how they are drawn here, but the woman I do like still. And there's a few printed pages. I really like this one, Jeff Haney, from his Whimsical Cats coloring book, and recently there were Coloring Heaven issue with his illustrations too. As you can see, there's pyramids too. I love those mice. And and it's a little bit different, you know, no Anubis, no goddess, no pharaoh, but a cat. Really love this one. This one is very beautiful illustration by Kenneth Fontana Art. I believe it's his witches series of illustrations, and this one is Egyptian. You can see some small pyramids on the background and even Sphinx. And this woman, I do love this picture too. And the last one is by Ligustaiva Art. I think this is a tourist girl visiting Egypt, visiting pyramids. That was all what I managed to find. Maybe I missed one or two illustrations, but I think that was all. Anyway, that's more than enough, and I hope you will manage to find something in your collection too for this prompt, not to miss it, next week's challenge. And that was all for today. See you later. Bye.